everybody, it's Tina. Just wanted to share a recent experience with you guys. I recently have had to return to therapy, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience as to how I ended up having to return and give some advice to some of you about things that I totally would have done differently had I known years ago that I'd be back in therapy. So going back now, for most people, you have therapy, growing up all through school. School provides it during the school year. Don't have to worry about it. They get you your therapy, in my case, 30 minutes once a week. And, all is great at that time you're there. You have consistent therapy, you're good. You turn 18, though, and it's like, okay, you're doing great. Bye-bye. Like, no more therapy for you, which at 18 is like, OMG, awesome, freedom, because as much as I love all the therapists that I've worked with, like, therapy is hard work, not always super fun, and, there was a certain amount of freedom that came with realizing that you didn't have to go anymore, but there's also this responsibility that comes with it, too, and my last couple years of high school, I actually didn't get to have the therapist that I had had since kindergarten. And I wasn't getting what I needed out of therapy. I was getting what I wanted out of therapy. I was having a easy time. I wasn't getting, though, what I needed out of therapy. So from all this blabbering, sorry guys, first YouTube video, my piece of advice would be advocate for yourself, please. Like, if you're not getting what you want, please say it. And I know that, 18-year-old me didn't think anything of it, and if you're watching this video and you're 18 or around there, you might not think you want to advocate for yourself about your therapy, but here's the thing, like, you start being lazy now and don't have exercises to do, don't do your exercises, like, it will affect you later. And I guess I never realized just how much it was going to affect me and how frustrating it was going to be to have to go back to therapy after all that time. So ask if you're not getting what you need out of therapy, and ask what you should do to stay okay. Ask what you should do to take care of yourself, and you won't be in my situation. It's one of those things where you also don't realize how blessed you were to have therapists that worked you hard and made you hurt because, it helped you to be as good as you were. So say thanks to your therapist is piece of advice number 2. They're the people that push us to be better, that work us hard, and that, make us, I think, really the success that we are physically as adults, and it's not their fault we're going back to therapy. It's our fault we're going back to therapy because we're lazy and didn't do our exercises. So I guess the moral of the story here, guys, advocate for yourself. Do your exercises, please. And say thanks to a therapist, because even though I'm bummed about having to go back to therapy, I know that I'm going to come out of this better than before. I just wanted to add here at the end how fortunate I am to be working with the therapist that I am. 2 of them, actually, that I'll be sort of bouncing back and forth between here for the next few weeks. One of which has been one of my therapists that I've had since I was 5, and the other one who's worked with that therapist that I've been with since I was 5. As frustrated as I was when I started making this video about having to be back in therapy, I also know how awesome they both are, and that as long as I keep, doing my exercises, which I at one point thought wasn't cool, but I don't really care now because I want to get better. So as long as I keep doing those exercises, I think things are going to turn out okay, and I'm excited that I have not 1 but 2 really awesome therapists to help me with that. But yeah, you just get to this point when you don't care if it's cool or not. You want to do the things you want to do, and therapy is going to help you do that. So, piece of advice number 1 is to advocate for yourself. Piece of advice number 2 is to thank a therapist. And piece of advice number 3 is, well, stay positive. Because you will get there, but you definitely have to be willing to work for it. I don't know how long I'll be back in therapy, but I know that, it'll be worth it. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.